guys, welcome back to my channel. It's G from Happiness and Crafting. So today, Shabby Saturday. So not quite sure whether this is technically classed as shabby chic or Shabby Saturday, but I am revamping my Christmas baubles. Now I went out and I did purchase some beautiful pink baubles, but they are quite boring. Well, these ones are. I love glitter. So if you have a problem with glitter, this is probably not the video for you. I am using glitter today, and it is just so much fun. You have to use glitter at Christmas. So I am revamping some of these. I've got some baubles. I've got some plain ones. These ones I'm gonna just add bows and things like that to, so you can just sort of like just upscale them just a little bit, but it's fun, and I am just covered in glitter already. Now I've got a little basket. I put them in the basket. I've got these ones. They came like this and they're beautiful. Now this is my color scheme is going to be quite bright. It's going to have blues and pinks and greens. I even found these. Look at that. It's just gorgeous. It's a little hummingbird. And I just think that's lovely. So it's going to be a little bit eclectic, like I did say before, didn't I? So we're going to have blues and pinks like this on my tree. So I can't wait. I really can't wait. So this little one here was a little one. They came in little packs of 3, and they got little sequins on there. They're not very big. So what I did, I just took that little silver bit off and added a little bit of white ribbon and a little bow. So I just think that just ups it just a little bit, and I just think that's so pretty. And then this one, these ones, what I bought, they were quite not expensive, I mean inexpensive, but the ones with glitter on were really expensive. So I thought I would revamp them myself, and look at that. How pretty is that? Added a little bow, little bit of glittery ribbon, and I just think it's beautiful. Love them. So I've got that one. This one I've added a little bit of bling to. Look at that. And then I've got a little bit that's dangling off the bottom. So I've made a tiny little one out of a bead. So I've got these beads as well. I'm not going to be doing these today, but I got these. So if you've got a tiny little tree, you could make little tiny baubles with some beads. Look at this one I made. Just tiny. They are lovely. So I've had a really busy time. But this has just got a little bit of chain on it and things like that. So that is gorgeous. And then we've got the little tiny ones. I'm going to do a couple of these little ones and show you. Look at that. I think this, if you've got like a little gift for somebody, and that hanging off the parcel, I just think it would look lovely. Look at this one. Just that tiny bit of glitter on there. And I think hanging on your Christmas tree where you've got Christmas lights, I think it would just make it nice and magical. I love a little bit of magic. This one is just sort of like around the outside like that. Little bow. Beautiful. This one's got sort of like little spots on. Little bit of glitter. So you just do whatever you like. This is a great one as well. If you have your grandchildren or your children, you can do all of this together. Now this one is a little bit different. This one has got, I put some of the stuff that was from journal, say. It's those little bits of sort of bits. It's like glass chips, and it's got little pearls in. And look, I've done like, it's almost like a little geode on there. And then I just went round the outside with a little bit more glitter. But that's so pretty. And then we've got another one here. We'll get on to making some in a minute. But look at that. Oh, I'm going to have such a blingy old tree. Oh, it's going to be fabulous. Now, I've got stuff everywhere. Look at this one. This one is just one of these, smaller version, and I've just put a bow on it. That's it. And it just makes it look just that little bit prettier, doesn't it? So I've got this little thing I'm hanging them on, just so that they will dry. I've got another one here, which is completely blingy. Look at that. They're ready to go. I've got a bit of oasis here with what are these called? Skewers. and then I've just stuck them in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my sellotape here, just so that I can hold my little baubles on. So I'm taking a skewer, I'm going to take this, wrap this around. This is just to hold the bauble on while I'm working on it. Oops. So just a little bit of tape so it doesn't fall through on here. So yeah, lots and lots of glitter today. I thought we'd have a little glittery time, because I want to do my tree next week, and I thought I'd get them all ready. So this is just a tiny little one, really, really lovely. I'm going to take the top off. Oopsie daisy. Actually, I'll pop that in the bowl so I don't lose it. I'm going to put that in there. This just holds that. Can you see that tape? Just make sure that holds that in. I've got some, this is the lid of my Mod Podge, and then I'm going to just glitter this one up, just to show you. This is a little dauber. So I've got a little dauber, a little bit of glue, daub that on like that, my technical term. Like this, all the way over. So each one you can just have differently. Now, what I've done to coat these, I've got a little jar and I put some pink, this is my little bit of pink glitter, like that. This was €1 from the UK. I think that was, where was that from? You might recognise that. I'm not quite, The Works, I think it is. And then I'm going to pop that in there, hold that, and then I'm just going to shake it in there, and then we don't get glitter everywhere. That just gets shaken around, give it a little tap, and there we go. It's all glittered up, just lovely. So I'm going to take that off. I've broken up some little of the little wooden skewers, and I'm just going to stick that in. What can you see? Just stick that into that little bit there. Let's do a round one. Take the little bit off there, pop that in. Now this one we can just take our glue, just so simple, and then I'm just going to go around the top like that, and then take the edge of it and just, you know, just make it so it's not straight, it sort of comes down a little bit, little dibbly doubly bits like that, down, and then we are going to do the same thing and just shake it about into our glitter. This is going to be pink, but you can have, obviously, I'm going to do some silver in a minute. Pop that in and just give it a shake, and then that just gets covered in that top bit with a little bit of glitter on there, which is lovely. Take that off, make sure I don't get glitter everywhere. Pop it onto just a little small one and stick that in there. So we've got a couple of those. Now I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to take another one. Let's just do a couple of these. I'll do this one with a bit of silver on. So I got this little bowl. These are just my little resin bowls that I make. And they're actually perfect for this, to hold the glitter in. This one's going to be some silver, so I'll just daub a little bit again around the top like that. I'm going to have the bigger glittery bits on this one. It's almost like little sort of sequiny bits. I got it, I think I got it from Temu actually. Let's just pop that down. It's this. Look at that. That's just like glittery, flaky things. I'm going to just take that off. Look at that. And I think just a little bit of sparkle. I think once this catches the Christmas lights, I think that will look just so pretty, won't it? You can cover the whole thing with it, but I think I'm just going to have that little bit. Let me take this. I made a little funnel. And I've got a little brush here, which will just brush it out and then pop them back into here like that. try and keep it as less messy as I possibly can, but I'm not really worried. I know Andy said, I think we're going to have a very sparkly house this Christmas. And yes, he is quite right. Oops, they're a little bit too big to go through there. Lovely. Right. Now I'm going to just do a bigger one. I'm going to just show you how easy it is to go around. Now let me take this off here because I want this little stick. Pop that on there. This will go on there like that. So you want that to be quite, so it doesn't wobble around. Now I'm going to take my little one of these. I'm going to go from the edge, okay, and I'm going to twist this. Try and keep as still as possible, but sort of twist it and keep straight. And you should go all the way around in a nice sort of line. Can you see it? Or meet at the other side. So if you just twist it around, once you've got that line, all I'm going to do, I'm going to go sideways and just dob it like that, so it goes around like that. So we get a nice little line of glitter on here, and then I will go around again and add some of the bigger ones that I've just used. Now again, I'm not using lace or anything on this, so this is why I'm not quite technically sure that this is actually shabby, but they are pink. That's my excuse. But you can put little, I will be adding little bits of ribbon to it, so I suppose that really is shabby, isn't it? But you can add lace and stuff. I'm not going to be adding lace. Okay, so we just want to dob that around like that. Make sure we've got sort of enough on there, and that should sort of be around the middle of it, like that. Take this, I am going to go in with the silver, this one. I'm just going to, this one's got like a little spouty thing, so it's sort of like just, you know, puffs out like that. Let's go all the way around. Oops. There we go. Don't get blocked. There we are. So again, I think sort of like the silver and the pink are lovely. I will be doing other sort of colours, but I wasn't going to do that because obviously this is a shabby video and I won't use the other colours in our shabby. So I'm going to just tap this off. Like that. There we go. So that's just around the outside. I just think once the lights catch that in the Christmas tree lights, I'm just obsessed at the moment with all this glitter. I'm going to pop this back actually before I make too much mess. So guys, let me know, do you like glitter or you don't? Are you sort of, you know, some people absolutely hate it, don't they? But, you know, can never have too much glitter. A little bit of sparkle in your life, can you? As they say, don't they? There we go. Perfect. Let's just super. Oh, pop that. Try and tidy up. Get this out again. I'm going to go through this. Let's put my little lid on. Take this. I'm going to just go through the middle of this like that. Need a little bit more glue on this one because they're a little bit thicker or heavier than the glitter. You can leave it to dry if you want to, but I won't now. There we go. Open that up and just These are sort of holographic. I thought they were a little bit more sort of iridescent than this. I didn't realise they were so silver. But to tell you the truth, I'm actually kind of liking it. Can you see? Isn't that just so pretty? And that hanging on the tree, it's going to look beautiful. It really will. I hope. Let's just put these away. Like that. Pop these away. I'm going to just show you as well in a minute. If you don't use glitter and you just want to make your baubles look sort of a little bit more pretty, I'll show you how I'm just sort of adding the sort of bows and stuff to them. Trust me, you don't have to use glitter. I did, where's that one I've got? It's in here actually, let me just show you. Oops. This one, this is one of the first ones I did. Let's just hang, oops. This, I got the little sticky gems and I just stuck it around the outside, one in the middle like that, and then I just put some stickles around it. And that looks quite pretty. So if you didn't want the glitter, you could just buy the stick-on gems and sort of like stick those on. I think would look really pretty. Oops, I do like this colour. I'm loving this colour. It's really nice. So pop that on there. This one's fallen off. I've got lots of little baubles. I'm going to, let's just take this. Take that off. I'm going to pop that back on. We don't want that. We don't want this little piece. Take that off. I'm going to have to just put that down a minute just to hold that in place. Upside down that way, just so I can pop a little bit of ribbon through there. What should we have? Shall I just go for, I think I'm going to just go for the white on here. I think this will look really pretty. So I'm going to go through the little hole if I can. Like that. Pull that through. Chop that off. This is just, look, this was €1.35 and this is just the organza ribbon and you get 35 yards on that. I don't know what that is in feet, but you get 35 yards and that's a lot. So you can up your, you know, oopsie, revamp your little baubles quite inexpensively. You know, last year's, if you didn't want last year's baubles, add, you know, you could add a little bit of fabric to them, which I've done before. I think I got video, didn't I? I did that in the summer. You add fabric and stuff, so look at that, that's lovely. Going to add a little bit of glue gun on there, like so. Oops, just so that doesn't come off. There we are. Going to get my bow maker out, and which will make a little bow, a nice little white bow to go on there as well. So let's just go around there twice, oops, like that, over the top, and then we can just tie this off. So guys, have you got all your Christmas tree up? Is it already decorated? If it is, you could always make a few more, pop little baubles on there, or make these as little gifts, especially if you're going around to somebody's house over Christmas. It's quite nice to take a little gift with you, isn't it? So you could have something for them to hang on their little tree or their big tree. Right, when you add the bow, when you pop it onto your branch, your Christmas tree, it's going to hang on like that. So don't put your bow this way, put it where it opens out. So that means that you'll be able to see it when it's hanging on the tree. So where the little loop is, pop it on the little side bit to that. because you want to be able to see the bow, because else it's going to be sideways on your tree like that. You want it to sort of like be in front, don't you? So let's pop a little bit of glue on there. And which way does this little bow go? That can just pop on there like that. Super duper. There we go. Lovely. So how quick. That was really quick and simple, wasn't it? So another one to hang up on my little bit there. So I'm going to be making lots of these. I'm going to spend the rest of the evening revamping all of these. I'm going to do another one of these because I'm going to pop this. I'm going to pop a bit of silver on this one. And then, you know what I mean? You don't have to do all of it. You sort of like can sort of like do the end coming up. They can all be different. You don't want them all to be the same. Unless you have a tree. Do you have a tree that is all decorated perfectly? I used to do that. I'm not going to do all of it. I messed that up. I used to have, well, you know, when I used to decorate my tree, I used to like it to be all sort of perfect and everything had to be hanging right. But I just fancied doing a very, very eclectic-y tree this year. Nice bit of colour around the house. Oops. There we go. Perfect. These look like little light bulbs, don't they? Knock that off, and then I'm going to pop that onto here, like that. Let that dry for a minute. Let's do a little round one. I'm going to pop all these little tops in that bowl so I don't lose them. Right, what we'll do on this one, I'll add some of that silver in a minute. I'm going to show you how, I'm going to take those out, how I added these, just in case you've got some of these. Shall I do it? Oh no, I'm going to do it on the small one. No, actually I'm going to do it on a bigger one, because I'd quite fancy a bigger one. Let's have a rummage. Let's do this one. Let's pop that over there. I'm going to, so do you know what I mean? They scratch easy and break easy, so we can just cover that up, because they're just really cheap ones that I got. They're like, I don't know, €3 or €4 for like 8, I think. So they were really good value for money. Right, so what I'm going to do, where's that broken bit? I'm going to go over this broken bit. So I'm going to go just with some of this. So we're just, doesn't have to be, this isn't gone through. There we go. Can't push my, there we are. My little glue stick got stuck. So just put a random sort of shapes on here. It doesn't have to be anything too oh my gosh, I should have opened that first. Now all I'm going to do, I'm going to take this and tip it on like that. Push that down. So look, they've got a little pearl up there. So if you know somebody that likes their geodes and things like that, I'm very into that, these would be perfect, wouldn't they? It's stuck everywhere. There we go. Add a little bit of glitter to this as well. Look at that, can you see? I've got these bits of thing. Well, I think that looks really nice. I'm going to go around the other side, but I did find the other one was a bit one-sided, if you know what, it was a bit heavy on one side. So I'm just going to go and just do a little bit on this side. just a bit random, like that. Tip it on. I know you guys have got some of this because you said how much you love this, like crystally stuff. I wasn't quite sure. I saw it on journal sale and I wasn't quite sure how to use it, but I think this is just perfect. Look at that. It's got little pearls. I want a little pearl up there actually. There we go. And these pearls are really nice because they don't have holes in. So sometimes when you stick pearls on things, you can still see the hole from the other side. I'm going to add a little bit of glue there so that I can add a pearl this side. Perfect, look at that. Oh, I do like that one. Let's just stick that in there while I tip this back into here. So guys, I told you this was a bit of a glittery, messy one today. Lots of lovely sparkles. All these little bits I'm going to collect up, all the little bits that are here, and I've got a little pot here and I'm going to put them in, and I'm going to use them in my resin work. So I will be doing a resin video for next Sunday, I think, or whenever this is going out, I'm not quite sure. So let's take this bowl again, and I'm going to use, what shall I use? I'm going to use actually my tacky glue because I can get, oh I can't get the lid off, I can get a better bit of glue around here like this because I want some. And then I've got these funny little applicator tools that I'll show you in a minute that I got, which I can just poke a bit better in here. So they look like this. They're little applicators. I'm not quite sure what they're for. I got them in a shop called Primor. They were like €1 for like 100 of them. But they, I don't know what I was going to use them for, but because I do lots of sort of resin and things like that, I thought it would be quite good, and they're quite nice for doing this as well. Just popping the little bits of glue in there. Sort of like a little fuzzy thing on the end. So I think there might be sort of like nail things for cleaning up when people do your nails and stuff. There we go, let's just poke that in all the little crevices like that. And I'm going to go around and do the other side. Hold that out. I just don't want this to fall off. Oops. So you see why I mean it? I'm not quite sure whether this is shabby. Am I just sort of like not being shabby today? But it is pink, isn't it? There we go. But it might give you an idea. I'm just hoping that this will give you an idea. You don't have to follow exactly, but I think, you know, you can, it doesn't take much to have a revamp, does it? You could even get some, if you wanted different colour baubles, you could even get a little can of spray and sort of like spray it a different colour. So, as crafters, we will think of something or other, won't we? Look at that one, missed the bowl. Pop that around. Go. Okay, let's just tap all that off. Look at that. Oh, I do like that. Oh, this will brush off nicely. All the little bits will brush off. Look at that. That's pretty funky. I think that's pretty funky, actually. I'm liking that. I'm going to just pop that upside down there. In there, just to dry off. Oh, look, I wanted to show you these as well. Look at these. I made these. Therefore, I made those the other day. To go in the middle of my flowers. But I think those ones were just a tiny bit too big to go in there. So let's just pop this back so I don't get it everywhere. Probably be easier if you had a bowl without little grooves in it. A few too many grooves in this one. But it is a beautiful bowl. I will be making both of these bowls in my next video. Not this actual bowl, but because I don't like the colour this came out. This is sort of like, it reminds me of like a 70s bowl. Do you know what I mean? I tried to make it sort of like gold, but it's come out like really horrible. It reminds me of sort of like one of those old-fashioned ashtrays, which is gross. Don't like it at all. But this one, this is my pretty one. This is pretty, so I'm going to be making that one. Okay, let's just revamp some of these now. I'm just going to just pop these out. Do this one again. I like this one. I've got lots and lots. I love this blue. I'm absolutely loving these blue ones. This one I'm going to just leave as it is. Take these little bits off because I don't like the little silver like that. I'm going to put lots of pretty ribbon bits. I've got this one. This is quite nice, isn't it? That would probably go with that. Where's my little... Let me just take this, just sit that in. Make a little... Pop that through. Oops, did that not cut off very well? There we go. Pop that through. And then we will just make another little bow. So again, my bow maker, I just love, as you all probably know, love my bow maker. So that's going to hang out. I've made these quite big. I'd rather them have them too big than too small, because I can always add another knot in there. But I'm not quite sure where these are actually going to go. So I will, oops, let's just put it around this bit. You know, I'd rather have the little things too long. Let's just stick that on. Holds that on nicely. Going to take a little bit of this. A little bit of blue on there. Pop that down. Then to cover that up, I'm just going to wrap that around. Probably should have done it before I put the top bit on, but that's okay. Glue that. Pop that round. So look at that. Simple, simple. Bow maker. Bow maker. Let's make a little bow. Let's put this in. Should we make another little double bow? And I think having bows on, oh, what am I doing? On the baubles, it will probably make your tree look a little bit thicker, or your decorations look a little bit not so sparse, because sometimes your tree can look a little bit sparse and you need like so many baubles and stuff on it. That I think it will sort of like make it look, I'm hoping anyway, it will just sort of like make it look a bit thicker. Do you know what I mean? Fuller. I'm going to take this one. Oh, I need to sharpen those, I think. And we'll pop that right there. Like that. I think that looks so pretty. Again, if you didn't like glitter, you didn't like shiny bits, just add a little bow to them. And look, how simple is that? I think that's so pretty. This is beautiful colour. Really, really pretty colour. So another one to hang up there. I'm going to make, what should we put on the blue? Should we do the white? I do like the white. So this isn't going to be such a long video, guys. I'm going to just take those off. I'm going to put a tiny bit of glitter on here, shall we? But do you think this will be quite nice on here? Let's add a little bit, shall we? Just to see. What should we do? Let's take, I need another one of these. I'm going to take this off. This one I need to finish. Let's put this on here. Let's add, should we add a little bit of, which way should we go? I'm going to just around. Just so it's sort of hanging down like that. Let's see what that would look like. Wrong side. Oops. Tap it off. Oh gosh, don't push it down. That was a mistake. I think I need like a little bit of I could probably use my little finger dauber, couldn't I? To push it down. That was a bit silly using my finger. There we go. There we are. That squashed that down. Perfect. This. Make sure, look at that. Silver and blue just looks beautiful, doesn't it? There we go, that's what I'm going to do. Pop my little lid back on. I'm going to stick that on while the glue is still wet. And then that should stay on there then. Now, I think I need to get some silver ribbon. Let's look at that. I just want them to sparkle on the tree. That is my aim. My aim. I'm going to put that away. I'll leave that for a second. I won't put that back in the pot. My aim is to get sparkles everywhere. Put this, I'm going to put this through here because I want to hang this up. So next time I pop out, get some nice pretty silver ribbon. I probably actually have some somewhere. I have got all sorts of different size baubles as well, because I think that adds to your tree. Different sizes, look at that. I know this is just a very basic video, but I think it's going to look, you know, really nice. I hope you're going to do it. I hope you will give this a go. Just spruce up your baubles. I don't really want this too big, do I? Pop that down. Just one little diddly bow on this one, I think. Like that. Pop that together. Like that. Oh, somebody's having a... That's one banging on the wall. There we are. Take that and pop that on there. Oh, I love it. I'm not going to cover that little silver top bit up because we've got the silver from the glittery bits. So there we go. Stick that on. Little blue one. Fabulous. So, should we do another little pink one? Seeing we're shabby. Seeing we're shabby. This one. So this is like, it's almost like a sweet wrapper on there, which is the texture. But it's, you know, you can feel that they're very inexpensive ones. pop that away. I'm going to have a nice bit of bright pink on here. We're going to look at this fabulous pink. I'm going to make a nice big bow. Wrap this around. Figure of 8 on there. Up underneath, and then just tie a little knot. Like that. Perfect. There we go. Gosh, it's like I'm mass making my little balls. Yeah. Look at that. See how it just jazzes it up a little bit? I'm going to actually cover the little silver bit up. But I think I'm going to have to fold this in half. Yeah, I think that's going to have to be folded in half. Oops. I'm going to dot it on there, look. Oh gosh, I can be it's so messy sometimes. Just folded that in half, and I'm just going to twist that around like that. So we've got a nice coloured top on there. Finish it off on that bit, like so. Oh look, got all this glue off. There we go. Snip that off. Stick our little bauble on. We need to make sure this is facing on that side. So when you thread your ribbon or something through, it's got to go through that way. So like I said, when it hangs on the tree, it hangs on, you know, the right way, so we can see our pretty little bows. So I'm going to put that on. Maybe I'll add a little bit of bling to this one, shall I? Let's put that in there, like that. I think we'll pop this, let's just pop this through here. My battery just went then, just clicked off. Right, I haven't cut that very well, have I? Where's my scissors? Well, I think I'm going to have a lot of tidying up to do this evening, aren't I? After I've had another play. I might as well finish all of these off, seeing I've got everything out. If I can just get that through there, which I can't. Should have done it first, shouldn't I? Never mind. Where's my little pokey? That can go in. Let's just poke that. Poke that through like that. There we go. Oops, come on, through you come. A little bit too wide, really, but we can do it. I will take a picture of my tree so you can see how bright it's going to be. I'm hoping it's not going to be for the faint-hearted, I don't think, this year. There we go. Pop that through. There we are. Okay, that's that little loop done. Take that off. Now if you had like little pearl chain, which I do have, you could probably make loops with that, couldn't you? Would be quite nice. Stuck up with glue. Now I've got some bling. I do have some bling, unless I put it back in the drawer. Okay, so I've got some pearls and I have some little blingy bits in here. Look at these little pink ones. What do you reckon? Shall we have a little pink one on there? That will look quite nice, won't it? I had my other clear ones here somewhere and I don't know what I've done with them. Sure they will turn up. Now, do I have it long ways? Shall we have it long ways? Like that. Look at that. Oh, beautiful. Love it. Let's hang that one up there like that. I'm going to finish this one off. Let's just take this off here. Look at that. That's very sort of fancy, isn't it? It's a bit of a fancy pantsy one. I'm going to have to glue that on, I think. Let's just glue that around. Which way should we stick that? Like that. Shall we hang it on the tree so you see this side? Need to see the shiny side, don't we? So we can hang it either way, like that. Now I do like that. I'm just going to sit it in that little bit. What colour shall we pop? Should we go for the bright pink? I'm loving this pink. I'm going to probably put all of this on my tree and go, ooh. I hope I like it. There we go. Oh, it's a bit too long. I might have this little bit hanging down actually. There we go. Let me leave that hanging down. I might look at that. Oh, I really like that one. It probably looks a little bit gaudy to you, does it? Am I going a bit gaudy, guys? Am I going a bit sort of like... But I love that. No, I don't like that long bit hanging off. There we are. Okay, I'm going to leave it there because I could be here all day making these. But I've got these are already like that, which are beautiful, and they've just got little bows on anyway. They're sort of a plastic and they've got like a coating on them, but they are really, really nice. Lots and lots and lots. Look, I've got lots of these little ones, lots of the shiny ones, which are beautiful. So let's just pop those out of the way, pop these out of the way. So we've got these. Look, I'm just going to bring this down. It's just like a little stand that I've got. Not that you can really see it. It's not the easiest things to show. So this is the one which is just quite plain. We have this lovely one. They dry quite quickly. Got this one which has got around the outside. Now I love these ones. Absolutely love them. These are the little diddy ones. That's just a plain one with a bow. And I've got this one again with it round the middle, which I am loving. I just think they are so, so pretty. I've got the beautiful blue sequin. These are the little diddy ones. Look at that. They're just the cutest. They look like those the little light bulbs, don't they? This is another one which is just around the top like that, and then I've got all of these little diddy ones which you can hang on gifts, which I think are really, really lovely. Let's just pop these all back onto here. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to take pictures of these. Then this one has got the little bling on it. This one again has got it around the outside. This is the one that I did in the beginning, and don't forget you can just buy the little stick-on bits if you wanted to do it nice and quickly. This one has just got lovely glitter on. This one is my little dingly dangly, and this has got the chain on it. I've just glued the top and the bottom because these move around, so that's really nice, and I'm loving this little round one with the little ones in there. So guys, nice glittery mess. And I've got these ones which I will finish off later. So fab, nice and glittery, nice and beautiful. Love them. I hope you do too. I hope you'll give it a go. Let me know, pop them in the Facebook group if you're going to do it. Show me your designs and let me know if these are a bit over the top. But I don't really mind. I think they're beautiful. So thank you so much for joining me. Have a fabulous rest of the day. I think I'm going to be sparkling all evening. It's going to be absolutely everywhere. Have a lovely, lovely evening. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you soon. All right, guys, bye-bye.